Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Bonnie Miller, an instructor here at Electoral College. And today I want to share some information about what's going on in America. And what's going on in America is the middle of the election process for President of the United States. And I thought it might be a little informative for you to understand how a president is truly elected. So our presidents are elected by being in a two-party system. And in America today, those are the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. Both of them have a different philosophy, of which I'm not going to go into today. And they go around choosing their candidates. The candidates go around the country talking to people, and then they have what is called a primary. And then after the person who gets the most votes in primaries, they become the nominated candidate from their party. And once that nomination process has been concluded, each of those members that are chosen pick their vice presidential candidate. Their vice presidential candidate is not elected. They go with each other, and it's called a ticket. The president and the vice president are on a ticket. They're a Republican ticket or a Democratic ticket. And then they go around giving speeches all over the United States. Also, part of that process is they have a debate system where they will have 2, 3, 4, or 5 different debates. And it depends upon each candidate's party how many debates they choose to have. And there will be a debate among the presidential candidate from the Republican side and the presidential candidate from the Democratic side, probably 3 or 4. And then there will be even a debate for the vice presidential candidates for the Republican candidate and the Democratic candidate. And they will talk about different issues and topics that matter to the American people. Then on the Tuesday following the first Monday of the month, people will go and vote for a candidate. And they will go to what is called a precinct, an area, and people will go stand online and then vote. When they vote, they have to have a record that you applied to vote. And often you have to be 18 years old to vote. You have to be a citizen of the United States. Each state has different ways of registering to vote, but in some states you have to be in the United States for 14 years continuously, and some not. Also, if you are in the military, you may vote from long distance, and you send your ballot in and it's counted. Sometimes it's counted after the actual election day is over, but they're still counted. They must be sent in a particular time period before the actual election day. If it is later, then that vote will not be counted. Most people think that it's a matter of counting votes to figure out who becomes the next president after that particular day. And what we call that moment when you no longer can vote is the polls have closed. But that's actually not true. How you become president is through votes from an electoral college. Those individuals are called electors. Our forefathers in the United States process didn't really believe that most of the people were smart enough to vote for the right person. So in case they weren't smart enough, they chose a college of certain people who would cast their vote. The Electoral College is made up of electors. that I mentioned before. And these individuals are chosen by working for their party, and there is a certain number per state that get to vote. So most people think that they choose the President of the United States, but actually that's not true. The Electoral College chooses them in the first week of December. And they generally vote the way the population wanted them to vote. But they may choose not to. If they think this person could be a dictator or a monarch, they also have a choice, a freedom of choice, based on our understanding of what the forefathers wanted in this country. So the power of the Electoral College, the idea is to protect all Americans from the wrong person being elected. And I don't mean the wrong person in terms of their philosophy. If this person was trying to do something bad to the United States, they have the freedom of choice. Then in January, the president is inaugurated, and on that particular day, he becomes the President of the United States. In the morning, the previous president leaves, flies on Air Force One to wherever they want to go, and the next family moves into the White House. I hope this helps you to understand a little bit more about the election process that we're going through right now. And I hope if you enjoyed this video that you will subscribe to our channel and like us.